How you guys doing this morning? It's Chuck Burns at Chuck Burns for the USA. You're on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. I'm on Twitter right now, and let me light this cigarette here. And I made a comment earlier after watching this Q&A with Obama at the in Stockholm, Sweden, and he basically said something. It's nice so you guys can debate here, and be civil about it. It really basically get the impression he's implying like we can't be civil here. I tweeted out. I can see how this was taken wrong, and I said, "Fuck you, Obama." And I said, it's Q&A in Sweden, basically implying that it's nice that they can be civil, but implying that we can't be. F you. And I got a tweet right after that saying, well, didn't you just prove his point? Well, I can see where you thought that. The point I need to make to you right now, though, is that the left, it's like Barb Boxer was having a little discussion about gun control with Ted Cruz a little while ago. And she said, I can respect how you believe, Ted Cruz, but you need to respect how I believe, too. And that is complete and utter crap. Because her beliefs on gun control, if they're followed up to the fullest and she had her wet dream of gun control, we would all be disarmed and she'd have all guns confiscated. I can't respect that because that is in direct contradiction with the Constitution. I can respect Cruz because his beliefs are not in contradiction with the founding documents of our country. Do we not see the difference here between having this belief being respected and this one being respected? There's a huge difference. I can respect this one because it's not saying our country is based on fallacy and not saying that we need to change that. And hers, I can't respect because it's saying that constitutional right that's granted to us, an inalienable right by God, by the way, if you're an atheist, it's important because no man on this earth gave it to you, is not correct and it needs to be changed. You can't respect that. And so him saying that we can't have a rational debate because, we don't want to compromise those things is completely utter ridiculous bullshit. That we can't have a debate about Syria because we want him to go to Congress and get approval. Because he has to do that because it's not an immediate and direct threat. So he has to get their approval. And there is no compromising that. It's the way the document our founding fathers set it up. And they had thousands of years of philosophers from Plato to fucking Copernicus to Voltaire and Rousseau to Montesquieu and Locke that they based all that off of. They didn't just haphazardly make that shit up. So you don't violate that because of that. But he thinks that we can't have a rational debate on something because we don't want to violate the Constitution or don't think it's okay that he does it sometimes. No, you're being irrational. They're being irrational, not me, not us. They're being irrational. The whole problem with compromise is, and this is the whole thing, it's about subjectivism as well. It's come down to is because when we start hearing compromise. Compromise is a non sequitur in politics. Because for compromise to work, it assumes that both sides of the argument have opinions that are equal. They're equally valid. They're equally true. I could trade this one out for that one. Neither of us would be at a loss. It's like I say, compromise is for the grocery store. When we go to the ice cream aisle and you want vanilla and I want chocolate. We can compromise on that. It's ice cream. We can compromise. We get vanilla this time, next time we'll get chocolate. You get chocolate this time, next time vanilla. We can do that. I can handle that. But when it comes to our constitutional rights and the way our government's set up based on the founders' beliefs and what they put in place, there's not compromise on that. To want to compromise that is irrational, beyond all measure or doubt or reason. There's no way that is rational to compromise that. And that's why I'm telling him, F you, is because you know what? You're saying we're irrational, well, you're basically implying that you're the irrational one who wants to violate the very things that we're founded on to have your way. That's ridiculous and irrational. And this is why you can't compromise these people, Compromise is a non sequitur in politics. It assumes that both options are equal. And they're obviously not. If you're just saying I'm on the constitutional side of this, and they're not, their option is not equally valid to your opinion. Their opinion is not equally of worth compared to yours. It's not even close. Why would you trade that out? It's like when you know something's a truth, and it's your universal truth, and it's not relative, and you know this to be correct, and if you're on the side of the Constitution, and and freedom and liberty, you're right. There's no question about you being right. And if you have any doubts ever, let me tell you right now, you don't have those. That's irrational. We're right. So why would we ever trade our truth for their lies in compromise? Why would we ever do that? And the even worse part of it is that they're subjectivists. Their morality is relative to them. Their truth is not universal. It's up to individual judgment. What they think is right, constitutional, this or that. And when you have, and the problem with compromising these people is that when you compromise one little bit, then they can say, well, Well, why don't you give me another inch, It's like giving a mouse a cookie with a glass of milk. Why don't you give me a little more? Well, what do you mean? You just gave some at home. But you know that your stuff's not that true, man, because you already compromised. You already gave a little piece of your truth to me. So you know that it's obviously got problems. You know that you're not always right, because why would you, if you know you're always right, why would you give me that? Why would you give a little ground to me? If it's that true and you know it to be, why would you violate it like that? See, you know in your heart you're not right, and that's what the liberals do to you. That's what they do. They get you to move 1 inch, and they'll get you to move 2. And because now they're doing that in public to you. Because you gave them that little bit, in a little private meeting, whenever you cat on Capitol Hill, you put politician dudes up there. And now they go out in public and they call you out like that. And now the public's go, yeah, come on, man, why just be fair? He's asking for just a little extra bit now. It's like, come on, just meet him in the middle. And I'm giving them that, they don't give you anything back. The thing is, they can do that because subjectivists move the goalposts. Because you have nothing to tie them to, because their truth is relative. So there's nothing you can really lock them down to. So when you debate them, before you even start trying to ambush them or attack them, you kind of got to work through, if you ever meet these people in public and you're having like a debate amongst your friends or something like that, you have to kind of get them to define themselves before they figure out that you're opposed to them. And get them, you have to get something to nail them to. Because they're subjectivist, you have to get something to nail them to. But you can still win, even if you can't do that. But there's only one way you can do it. The one way you can do it is very important right here, because it requires you don't compromise. Because if you want to win against somebody that you have nothing to nail them to, you can. The only thing in the argument and debate then that's solid is you. You are the rock. You have to be the rock in that debate. You have to be the comparative thing that everything that all the crap that they believe, the bullshit fucking dogma they have for their politics, you have to be the comparison to. You have to be like, you have to hold yourself up and compare to them, so they're compared to you, and that rock solid belief system that you have, that is congruent, doesn't contradict itself. And when you compromise yourself a little bit here and there, you don't have that. You don't have that rock solid grounding, that foundational footing that you can say, this is me and that's them, and there's a bold, striking contrast even when they have nothing to even be tied down to. There's just the sure, firm ground that you hold yourself on, uncompromised, unwavering truth, and there's them, this fucking like bag in the wind. And it's an obvious thing, man. That's why I win a lot when I debate people. But you can't compromise to do that. You can't. And you can't give these people an inch. And so fuck you, Obama. Calling me irrational. Because I don't want to have a debate with you on the validity of my rights or our Constitution or the way our government's set up by those founders. I dare you to say that you're smarter than them, because we know you're not. So I hope that everybody that was following this conversation, I'm going to post the video link up here, when you guys watch this, I hope you make it all the way through and see what I'm talking about here. Because this is really how we have to act with these people. It's imperative. If you want to hear some more what I have to say, I'm not compromising anymore. Go to my YouTube channel. If you're watching the video, you'll see my little thing down there, Chuck Burns for the USA. We can subscribe next to it. Or you don't subscribe yet, if you don't think I'm a cool guy yet, just click the channel logo, or just the Chuck Burns for the USA thing next to the subscribe button, and go check out the video. It's in the Renewal Now section of like the playlist down below the and the opening trailer video that comes up when you go to my page, and watch No More Compromise. The video is called No More Compromise. It's a little long. It's not the full 14 it says, because the speaking stops about 12 minutes in. I like the music I made for it, so I kind of keep going. So if you want to watch that, that's really a dissertation on why we can't compromise anymore, and a lot more to it, a little more meat to the bones of this whole thing. Some great analogies, good wording, so if you're interested, go ahead. But thank you for watching, guys. Appreciate it. I hope I've clarified the debate and given you some food for thought. Thanks for watching.